What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we are making a full video about the GTR. It's 2019 and I figured it's a perfect time to do a GTR build update since this is going to be the very first project of 2019. I wanted to go ahead and give a full walk around of how this car sits as of right now for all of you that don't know, and then the future plans for this car. And also, when we end this video, I have some pretty exciting office stuff that I have decided on, and we're going to unbox that and set that all up into the office today. But I'm going to go ahead and pull in this GTR and let's do this build update. All right, for all my new viewers, this is my 1989 Skyline R32 GTR. So like I said, this car will be my very first build of 2019. So I just wanted to give you guys a run through, especially for those of you who are new viewers, of everything that's done to my GTR. Surprisingly, this is the car that I've been the most slow on modding. I've really taken my time on deciding with what I want to do to this car. This is a very special car to me. I've been really picky with what I've put on the car, and I haven't done too much to this yet, but that is all about to change. I'm actually heading to Japan next week on Thursday, and then to Thailand the week after that with Tiana. But once I'm back from that, this car is about to be fully transformed. I'm working out some body stuff with it, and then of course, you guys know I will be doing either a twin turbo or single turbo build on this, and we'll talk about that when we get to the performance part of this video. Maybe you haven't seen the car in a while, or you're a new viewer. Let's do a full overview of this GTR. Probably the easiest thing to start with will be the exterior of the car. It's very, very simple. So when I got it, it was completely stock. So a lot of you guys talk crap about these fog lights, which I will admit they don't look amazing, but it's actually really cool because these fog lights are OEM from Nissan with the GTRs, and they're very, very rare. So that's why I've kept them on for so long. But once we do the turbo upgrade, I'll probably end up taking these out, as well as this grille in here. Of course, the OEM lip fog lights, and the only thing that I've changed on this exterior are the wheels and tires. Of course, I have Volk Racing TE37s and a pressed double black, as well as some Yokohama AO 52s, and I went with a really, really aggressive, beefy setup because that's exactly how I want this car to look. It looks so good from the back. I'll show you guys right now. So from the rear, especially when driving behind this car, it just looks like a freaking monster. It looks so beefy from the back, and that's exactly what I wanted from this car. The second and last exterior mod of the GTR, I have these pretty rare, they're crazy Hornet wing risers. They raise up the wing a few inches. I've never seen another GTR in the States with those. Those are actually really special to me. It doesn't add too much to the exterior. It's very subtle, very small, but once you notice it, I think it adds a lot to the rear end of this car, which, of course, the rear end of this car is iconic, so it's my favorite part. Okay, next up, I'll show you guys the interior real fast. So the interior of this car is also bone stock, with the exception of a Nardi steering wheel. This is actually huge. Even though it is a Nardi, I'm not a huge fan of it. So I do have another steering wheel coming in. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know exactly what wheel I have coming in. And I'm very, very excited for it, but it's gonna be a while before it gets to me. The interior of this car is extremely, extremely clean. The dash is in perfect condition. This car has 92,000 kilometers on it, which is extremely low mileage for a 31-year-old car, which is pretty cool. And one thing that is completely unnecessary, but super cool to me, I actually have a rare piece, a Tomei shift knob. These are actually pretty hard to find nowadays. If you guys saw the video when I went to Florida for Adam LZ's open house, they actually had the R34 Tomei edition. These parts are pretty special in the GTR or Nissan community, and I'm happy that I actually got to find a pretty awesome heavy-weighted shift knob. Believe it or not, as small as this piece is, it's actually one of my favorite things on the entire car. Next up, let's move on to performance. So once again, the car was stock exhaust, stock engine, stock. I still have the stock airbox for this car, which is actually pretty rare as well. All I have done performance-wise right now are I have the HKS Racing suction intake system, as well as John from Entice actually built me a fully complete 3.5-inch custom downpipe and exhaust, and we utilized the titanium tip from my Tomei exhaust from my Evo VIII. If you look down here, I think that's really cool to have a complete one-off exhaust and downpipe system, and it sounds really, really good. I'll actually just go ahead and start it up for you guys real fast. That will never get old, especially when I do the turbo upgrade and you guys are dying to know whether I'm going twin turbo or single turbo. It's like one of my biggest asked questions, and right now I'm leaning more towards a single turbo upgrade. When I did go to Florida for Adam LZ's open house, I met Lee, who's the owner of Meister Performance out there. He took me for a ride in his single turbo R32 GTR and just completely changed my outlook on the single turbo setup, and he gave me some tips on how to make it run perfect and not lag too much and all of that good stuff. So the plan is to go single turbo, but I'm still also contemplating the idea of twin, just because the RB26 is a twin turbo platform. Keeping it like that just like seems so right, but then again you have all the good stuff from a single turbo build, so I'm like torn in the middle right now. But Lee definitely gave me some good advice, and riding in his car really just like flipped a switch in my head. So before we move on, I do have a question for you RB26 guys. So I'm looking at getting a new intake manifold with a fuel rail system and all of that stuff, but I found the Nismo collector version intake manifold. Now I really want that just for like the collector in me that wants it, and it's Nismo and it'd be really cool, but is that better or on par with something like the billet intake manifold, or are there any other ones that would be a better fit for a bigger turbo upgrade than the Nismo intake manifold? So for those of you that know or that have built an RB26 before, is it worth getting the Nismo one, or should I just get like the billet or another brand that you guys can recommend? Basically, for the overview, that's all I have done to my GTR, which is very surprising because I've had the car for a really long time now, and you guys know I tend to move a little bit fast on my builds, and like I said, this car means a lot to me. I've taken my time on actually building this and coming up with the parts list, and I just really want to do everything right on this GTR. And so far, in my opinion, I think I really have. Now I think I'm at the point where I'm ready to start going big with this car, and I really want to make this thing mind-blowing, and me and John from Enticed have some ideas. For those of you that are up to date on the car, if you guys know that I'm forgetting anything, leave it in the comments. But now that we have all of that out of the way, I have some goodies for the office. Little garage update here. Look at the bathroom. The bathroom is the nicest room in the entire office. We have like nice tile flooring. Look at this dope sink. We really balled out on the bathroom. Office is still good. Let me bring all the goodies that I have in here, and we'll start unboxing and setting everything up. I've made the executive decision on what I'm doing for a computer. For right now, I'm going to do the idea that I had of docking up my laptop, getting a sick monitor, and just doing a cool little setup for now. I travel so much that it seems like maybe speccing out a crazy MacBook or even PC laptop would be a better idea for me traveling. So I bought a sick monitor. This is the LG ultra wide 4K monitor. Actually, I'll just unbox it, show you guys. And I also got a pretty dope speaker setup for when I'm editing and doing my cool edits, and when I'm listening to the beats and stuff. It really helps me get into the zone. Let's unbox this and set it up. Boom, big reveal. Here is the new editing setup. This actually came out 20 times better than I thought it would have. I showed you guys I got the LG ultra wide 4K monitor. Looks amazing. When I open up my editing software, the entire timeline will go across the whole screen, and it's gonna be perfect. I have it hooked up to my MacBook just by using one of the dongles and an HDMI cord. I also went ahead and got a sick speaker setup. So we have the THX left and right speakers up top, and then we have the subwoofer on the bottom, and playing some Legends Media edits, and ooh, it sounds so good. The bass is amazing. So when I'm sitting here in the zone editing these videos and stuff, it's just gonna be so gnarly and like just sets the mood so awesome. And when you're in an environment that you really like, in an environment that puts you actually like in the scenes, I guess you could say, I'm really excited to start editing here. I mean, here's the current desk setup as well as the monitor. I'm extremely happy with my decision, and I am so excited to start editing in the Legends Media HQ. This place is coming together really fast. I just gotta get some internet, put my PS4 over here. This is awesome. So let's have a little talk real fast. So you may have noticed I've been a little MIA. This is the first time I've really ever taken a serious break in over a year off of YouTube. I posted twice in the last 2 weeks, which is unheard of, and it's really bothering me, but I've just been so unbelievably busy, and I kind of want to explain myself to you guys real fast. So we had the holidays. The holidays are now over. Tiana's actually moving into my apartment. We now live together. It's our apartment, so that just happened yesterday. So now we're in the process of moving in, unpacking all of her stuff, getting everything settled. And then of course, like I told you guys, I'm going to Japan, which I think I'm gonna daily vlog in Japan. I'll film every day while I'm there, all the cool stuff that we're doing. And then for vacation, me and Tiana are going to Thailand together, and that's gonna be really special. So I think I might film out there as well, but I'm really trying to get back into the groove of making videos and editing and doing all of these things, but I've just been so unbelievably busy, and when personal stuff gets in the way, it's hard to find time for the cars, and I'm just trying to spend time and make time to help Tiana and do some personal things that I have on my plate right now. But I think this week is a week where everything is finally coming to an end. I can start getting back into my routine and start filming when we go to Japan and these kinds of things, and now the office is all set up and I'm very excited. With all of that being said, you guys now know the rundown for the GTR. The GTR build is going to be so sweet. I should have my turbo set up this week, so hopefully I get the turbo set up before I go to Japan so I can show you guys and release whether I'm doing a twin turbo or a single turbo. But other than that, everything is set up now. I have to actually go help Tiana unpack and put everything in our apartment now. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up everything here, pull the GTR out, and I'll see you guys when we get home.